All right. Not another podcast.
Oh, you're the fucking worst.
Yuck it up.
Oh,
Yuck
my
it up,
God.
folks. We did it. We did the devil trigger thing.
Yeah.
We did it.
Yeah, so the entire, leading up to the podcast, we had a couple of things we were doing. First and foremost, we had our unofficial team meeting for... Are people mad?
They're not happy.
Yeah, they're not happy. Well, we had our team meeting, and the entire time leading up to trying to figure out another podcast, Max just, he's about to kill himself.
Max dies on stream in real life.
That's karma.
I'm okay.
So we were trying to figure out. Oh, hey, thanks, Floppy Petus, for the sub. We were trying to figure out what we were gonna play, and I because he didn't want to fucking play Devil Trigger.
I didn't want to play Devil Trigger because I figured that would be too obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why it's great.
No.
Because everyone's fucking excited.
Yeah. Well, maybe you should curb your excitement a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's what
all the time.
So that's why I said we can just start off with a silent for the feeling.
I've also been listening to this song on loop.
Oh.
It's the only song I've been listening to for the past. I was doing really good getting through the Gorillas, and then this song dropped, and it's like, nope, sorry.
Yep.
That's fucking done.
Yep. Well.
And you probably had to take a break from all that anime you've been
watching.
watching. I know you've really been hitting it hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's okay.
So much anime
That's
I
fine.
ingested.
I did the thing for you to make you happy, but that's okay. That's okay.
I'm sorry.
I
Look,
can't wait to hear about what you watched this week.
I caught up in Megalobox with you. I did that.
Did you?
Yes.
Did you watch the newest episode? Oh, he didn't. Oh, wow. That was on Thursday, too. Damn. Damn. Hey, Phil, let's do this part really super quick. Really super fast quick. What are you playing, watching, listening to? Really quick, fast, go.
I didn't watch anything.
Okay, you didn't watch anything. That's fine. That's okay. Now you got to watch 2 shows for next time.
Oh, no! All right, what are the shows?
I changed a place further than universe. You got to at least watch the fucking movies from Madoka.
I will. Okay,
because I want to do something with the third movie. It's going to be weird and experimental, but we're going to try it.
Do you have a remote for Netflix that I could use?
For Netflix?
Yeah. Because
it should be on Crunchyroll.
Oh, okay.
We can just watch them here. I don't give a fuck.
All right.
It don't matter to me.
Well, I can't watch them tonight. I got work tomorrow.
No, not tonight, obviously.
Yeah.
But what else? what have you?
Stop! Look, I'm sorry.
No, I'm trying to get through this segment.
Okay. What
else you did besides disappoint me? It's okay. It's all right. I'm not upset.
Stop.
I'm just,
I feel so bad. It's Father's Day, and I feel like I've betrayed you.
It's cool. It's fine.
So I've actually been listening to a lot of different things. A lot of stuff has been popping back up. I got a lot more artists that I'm listening to. My boy Risto, a.k.a. Chris Nessheim, actually just had one of his first tracks that I think we played it a while back.
Yeah.
He released a new track called Mutate. It is a combination of tech house and trance. And for those of you who are in the know, you won't get this one, I'm sure. He got supported by one of literally the biggest, trance artists. No, just put it back on, just because you don't know.
No, doesn't mean I'd stop listening to you when I take it off?
Yeah, that's right.
Go on.
He got supported by one of the biggest trance artists in the world, Paul Van Dyke, who has been here since 1980 something or other. So good for him. Mutate's a really good song. I've been listening to a lot more Carpenter Brute, Mindless Self-Indulgence again. I picked up Hyper, which is the name of the band that did the music for the Cyberpunk trailer.
Okay, yeah, understandable. Also a really good candidate for starting this stream, I think.
Yeah.
But
oh, man.
Totally forgot about that one.
Totally forgot about that one, too. That's I was like, well, what are we... yeah, fuck. But, And then listening to a little bit more Designer Drugs. I rediscovered that band again. They're like a cyber goth electro house duo. They came back up in my feed again. That was fun. And then that's it. In terms of playing, I don't know.
Blaze Blue.
Yeah, Crosstown.
Yeah,
Crosstown for sure.
That. You got a few sets in on Thursday, I saw.
Yeah. I lost my first of 15. It was 14 and 15, but, I lost it.
It was 14 to 15 though.
Yeah.
Who were you playing? The Tager Wald?
Yeah, no, yes. No, I don't remember
I
what
think
his
that's
team was.
who he plays.
I don't remember. I don't know. I forgot what he was playing. All
Oh.
I know is that he was beating my ass, and I beat his ass back. And I'm starting to realize that as much as I like Gordeau and Aurier, I'm going to have to switch because I just don't think that they're very good together. Makes me sad. I will probably be using S now, though. So
It's a strong character to pick.
well, her assist, is just like a fucking projectile, which was my friend Travis is a piece of shit, and all he's been doing is I'm realizing now that I love my friend Travis, and that's how I've always played fighting games before. But he is not someone that I can train fighting games with because his whole play style of playing fighting games is I will do the lamest thing over and over again, and you will get caught by it because you are attempting to read me like a real person.
There is definitely a strategy where you assume the other person thinks you can do more than you can actually do.
Yeah.
And they will try so hard. They're like, they have to be doing some kind of crazy setup I've never heard of, when really you're just like, no, I'm just walking up and throwing.
Well, okay, so basically what he was doing was I was showing him just the raw fucking power of what happens if you get caught by either Gordeau or Aurier, but I didn't really use assist because I still don't have that down.
Uh-huh.
So all he would do is he would have characters he would just be Waldstein, and he would just have characters that had fucking projectiles. So he would just do the little fucking, I think it's a quarter circle forward.
Yeah, the swipes.
Yeah, the swipes, and he would just throw a projectile out. So either A, I have to fucking block it, or B, if I try to fucking react, he just DPs, which is basically a fucking command grab if it gets hit by me. So
the no mix up.
Yeah.
The wall.
And then because of the fact that I just don't know how to jump out of command grabs and I can't read them, and the fact that like his command grab super is so fucking fast.
Yeah. It's tough. I still have trouble with all that shit. Like, Waldstein is a bigger problem for me than I thought he'd be. I actually have a better time fighting Tager, which I didn't think was going to happen because Tager is a monster in that game.
Tager's really good, but yeah, exactly. I can fight Tager because his reach is not literally the whole.
He's got 1 meter projectile that'll wall bounce you, but if you block it, you're okay.
You know how you kind of have to dash up just a bit with almost every other character to get some range on people? Yeah, Waldstein can just fucking normal A auto combo you from his standing starting position.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter.
Pick a range character. You were interested in Blake, weren't you?
Yeah.
Play Blake. She's easy.
Yeah, I'm thinking about
Balake.
I have to start because I think the thing I always do in every fighting game is I inadvertently go, this character's really cool. Someone turns to me and goes, that's the most technical fucking character in the game. And I just go, fuck! And I just drop it.
Aurier kind of is. Gordeau is very...
no, Gordeau's super easy.
Unga bunga,
yeah,
as they call it.
Dumb easy, and I like that a lot about him. And I was doing work against him, but what he ended up doing was there was a certain point where I was just beating his ass on the ground because he didn't, I was mixing him up really bad because he couldn't read the fact that I was doing 6 or 2C every single time with Gordeau, which is basically just a fucking
the slide.
Yeah. So I could do that, and I figured out a combo to just get neutral Aurier's assist to get him up in the air and then just do more air combos. And he was like, fuck, I don't know combos. So all he did was I guess it's jumping C, where Waldstein jumps and just throws his whole body in the
body
air.
Slam, yeah.
Yeah. And he just hit me with that.
And you just DP
over
him, right?
and over. No! Because I'm bad!
That's the next step, is getting anti-airs down. If you saw me play Street Fighter today, you would have seen that I don't know how to anti-air at all.
Worst. Anyways, yeah, no, Grim Reaper too. He could actually get out of my Grim Reaper. I don't know how Waldstein's that big and he could jump out of my Grim
Reaper. Tech out of it.
Yeah,
it must have just been how you were hitting him. It's weird.
Other than that, I have actually picked up the DMC HD collection.
Okay.
On the PS4. That game has really, really weird issues with menus. The menus
all of them?
Yeah, the menus are from the PS2 era, so it's like scrunched up 480p.
They still do that because I remember the PS3 version also had like there was no upscaling on any of the menus, so
Yeah.
it'd be really small, and then you get into the game, and the game fills the whole screen. You're
Yeah.
like, why didn't you just
Yeah,
make the menu bigger?
they still do that, and the game runs worse on PS4. I'm convinced
Oh,
because
that's-
I was playing DMC3 and I was just like, I don't remember DMC3 feeling this bad.
I was considering picking that up, so I'm really glad I waited. Maybe I'll try to find a PS3 version, I guess. I don't
Yeah,
know if that version's good.
Yeah,
but-
that version's fine. Well, the 360 version was fine.
Mhm.
I played the 360 version and it was like that. I would fucking do nothing but play that the whole time. So I still have DMC4 SE on my PS4, but I'm at a point where I forgot how much fucking data I've already used at the beginning of this month. So now I'm just kind of like,
holding off.
trying to figure out, because apparently that game's like, oh yeah, it's only 12 gigs on download, but it's actually 27 gigs.
Oh, they lying.
They lied a little bit, and I've already spent a lot of my gig usage on Neo, which ended up being 65 gigs or something.
It's a big boy, yeah.
It's a big game that I haven't been dedicating a whole lot of time that I really should to. I kind of wish if you just uninstalled stuff, your ISP would just give it back to you.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
refund it.
Yeah, just refund those fucking megabytes, boy.
It's been a week. I should be able to refund the megabytes.
Yep.
It's like, but you downloaded so much hentai.
It was
So much.
a substantial
We
amount.
literally
of hentai.
can't give you the gigabytes back because we've already sent them to the police.
Other than that, yeah, no, that's it. You've been listening, watching, playing.
I've been doing stuff. I've been
Yeah.
doing a few things. As far as watching goes, I won't say anything now about any shows in particular, but they're all wrapping up for the spring anime
The
season.
summer season is here.
Summer season is starting up. So next podcast, it'll be a segment separate from this. It'll be Max's anime roundup or some bullshit.
Max's Weeaboo Wonderland.
Yes. Season 2 of The Toys That Made Us came out on Netflix. So I watched all of that. It was pretty good. Documentary series about toys and stuff, which is not something I'm super or thought I'd be super interested in until you find out like how militaristic these toy companies can be sometimes. It's
Oh, yeah.
really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
This one was Lego, Star Trek toys, Transformers, which was super interesting, and Hello Kitty, which was super interesting. A lot of the people who worked on Hello Kitty were batshit fucking crazy, and they dress up like big babies, and it's really weird, but it's good. So that was really nice. I've been listening to the Gorillas.
He did his
I've been
homework.
taking the dive. I finished up till Plastic Beach. Yeah, Demon Days is their best album
Demon
so
Days
far,
is their best album.
for sure.
Absolutely.
I like more songs on Demon Days, but my two favorite songs are still from their original album, which was fucking Clint Eastwood and
192000.
which are all really good. I think Plastic Beach, the song is good. I thought the rest of the album was it was experimental and it was kind of cool, but I kind of like their hip hop stuff more than their trippy like alt rock kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I really like their first album a lot, but in terms of what Demon Days is and where it goes and the story it tells, it's just infinitely the best one.
Yeah, like the last 3 songs of that album, like the kind of the highs and lows it takes you on, it is really cool.
Mhm.
It's cool. I don't know if I'm like a diehard Gorillaz fan now. I don't know if it's still exactly for me, but I'm glad I took the plunge. I think it's interesting to listen to for sure. I'll probably wrap the rest of the albums up. I think I got like 3 more, right?
You've
Something like
got, well,
that. And then one comes out later this month.
yeah, so that one was we've already talked about that a little bit with there being some weird shakeups in the
In the
band
cast,
in the
yeah.
cast structure. So you've got Plastic Beach, and the funny thing is, have you been kind of looking into the stories of every album so far?
I haven't. I
So-
will put the playlist on and I will go to class and I'll do my daily thing and
Yeah.
just kind of have it as the background of my life right now.
Mhm.
That was until Devil Trigger came out, which is now the background of my life and everything I do. But No, I haven't looked into the story of anything too much.
So like all the albums are written specifically by certain members of the bands.
Hmm.
The hip hop influence comes mainly from in the first album from Russell, who is the drummer.
Yeah.
And that whole thing is about how an evil spirit associated with him has possessed him, which is the person who is singing in Clint Eastwood,
The blue guy.
the blue guy.
Blue ghost, yeah.
He's a big character in like a lot of the videos from the first album. Very fun. And Mr. De La Soul, who still does stuff. De La Soul's great. I think Demon Days was written mainly by 2D and Noodles.
That sounds right.
And that's around this time that Noodles gets fucking what we think is annihilated in the El Mañana video. In the Feel Good Inc. video, they're still doing some stuff, and she's in like a little windmill. Someone attacks the windmill with a fucking Apache helicopter, and they think Noodles is dead, so they make Cyber Noodles, who is basically just a cyborg robot, and you find out that Noodles is actually a super secret, sick fucking Japanese assassin who was also a sleeper cell agent, and she's been doing sick shit during both Demon Days and Plastic Beach.
Yeah, I definitely got that vibe from just the song.
Well, the songs some don't have that, but like the once you like get into the videos and like the story, there's another side of Demon Days that I forget what the name of it is. It's something about the train where they actually have to go back into hell because the only reason Gorillaz quote unquote is successful is because Murdoch sold his soul to the devil. But he also ended up beating the devil in some game of chance or something like that. So he ends up becoming the king of hell.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Yeah,
really
it's fun. While I didn't
band, really fun music.
While I didn't look too much into the lore of the actual like Gorillaz like stuff, I did look up a whole lot of shit about the actual formation and like how the Gorillaz started.
Yeah,
and it's like
with Damon Albarn and all them people.
Yeah, and like the story, it's like he started dating the comic guy's like ex-girlfriend, like just weird. It was a weird read for sure because I was trying to figure out like, okay, what are the albums? What's the order? What the fuck is the Gorillaz actually?
Yeah,
and it was really interesting to kind of go through. It's cool. It's probably one of the coolest things to like happen in music. I'll say it. It's one of the coolest things I've seen in music.
It's
most interesting for sure.
It's certainly one of the most unique entities in all of music, and I think one of the mainstays is that it's fuck the Vocaloids, man. They are the first like virtual band to ever exist.
Yeah,
and they will probably be the last.
The difference is that dude is real.
Yeah, that guy is a real man.
Miku's a computer. Literally a computer.
So the Gorillaz is fun. You have Plastic Beach, which I thought was the weakest one, but still really fun. Yeah. Stylo is one of my favorite songs in that entire album.
I'm trying to remember Stylo.
Old Stylo, growth of blossom in your soul. It's very soul like.
Okay, yeah. I do remember Stylo.
It's got that I forget that gentleman's name. Very soulful singer. He's like, when it's electric. And behind the streets.
Yeah, of course, that guy.
Very, very loud black man, the best kind of soul singer. And then you have Humans, which is, to me, the worst Gorillaz album of all time.
Looking forward to that one.
It has some really solid tracks. It's the same problem I had with Random Access Memories and Daft Punk, where it's a lot of really good stuff, but in terms of what that band is and what it represents, it's the worst for their style.
Bad Gorillaz album, but okay album.
Yeah,
if it had come out from somebody else, you'd be like, oh, this is pretty good.
This is pretty fun.
But it doesn't hit the pedigree.
Yeah, well, it feels like a fucking weird hodgepodge of ideas that doesn't make sense. So this new album
great, because that's what Plastic Beach kind of felt like. So I'm really excited for this one.
Canonically, Plastic Beach is supposed to feel like that because like Murdoch can't convince 2D to write anything, and Russell's also gone at this point, and Noodles is also gone. So Murdoch just goes to his place called Plastic Beach, which is like a thing he's running away from this giant black entity, and he's just like, I want to start an album. I want the Gorillaz to keep going, and nobody wants to fucking write it for me. So you'll notice that almost all of the songs in Plastic Beach are features and are written by someone else.
Yeah, I did actually. There's a lot of featuring. Yeah, that I noticed.
So, and Humans is just like that, except for the fact that all the Gorillaz are back, but it's very give or take. There's some songs that are like this is a Gorillaz album song. This is really good. And then there are just some that are just, you'll listen to it. You'll hear what
Yeah.
I'm talking about, where it's like offensive how bad they are. So far, the new one,
Yeah, the one
really
song with
good.
Jack Black is awesome.
Very
It's
fun.
really good.
Yeah.
So no, haven't really been listening to anything else. It's mainly just been Devil Trigger.
Pull my devil trigger.
Oh, dude, spoilers.
Oh.
Um, as far as what I've been playing, I 100% started another, or I'm going to actually play Devil May Cry 4. So I started my playthrough this morning at around like 2 a.m. and I played until 8 a.m. and holy shit, do I have a new appreciation for Nero and his gameplay,
Yeah.
because the moment you get to, like, already I thought, okay, Engine Blade's cool, kind of like charging it up and shit. The moment you start getting down R2 after every swing and you just keep the charge going,
Yeah.
which I can finally do now, holy shit, it's super satisfying. And I used to think like Devilbringer was like a little, like I thought it was cool, but it was kind of like bland. I don't know. Something about
Yeah.
just like it's your grapple button. You do a grapple. That is until you start getting like range enhancements where you do roulette in the air, but that puts them too high up. So then you bring them back down into a stinger like a helm splitter, and then you just keep the combo going on the ground. And I'm just having a great time. I finished the boss fight after Credo. I got up to I'm on chapter 11, so I'm really close to swapping to Dante, which I'm kind of like, yay Dante, but I'm also like, man, I'm really gonna miss this fucking Engine Blade.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the worst part about DMC4.
I'm gonna have to play through it all again.
You're gonna have to play through. It all
I've
over
accepted
again.
that, and the thing is, I always saw like I always thought Devil May Cry 4. Every time I try to play it, I would play up until the point where you get to the snowy castle, and because I get there, it's like big branching map, and I'm like, I kind of don't want to deal with this right now.
Yeah.
Because for whatever reason, in my head, I didn't see it as linear as it actually is. So as I don't care if I'm retreading the same places, as long as I get to keep hitting things, like I'm having a really good time. And it is crazy how I started that game and it's like I couldn't get the combo counter above like C, and now it's very rare I drop below an S. And it's
So-
super satisfying.
So get ready for that to come back to, like, get your ass whooped by that game's systems when it comes to Dante.
Yeah.
That game is not very forgiving at all for the grading system for doing stuff with Dante. You can absolutely use one style if you want, if you're a pussy boy.
Oh, I'm not gonna be big puss boy.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
So style switching is it's easy. Figuring out how that's going to work and how each of those combo moves all work together, like being able to like switch really quick to Trickster, teleport over someone, then switch to Gunslinger, do an aerial like rain thing.
Yeah.
And then while you're doing that, also use Royal Guard to defend against someone, and then Swordmaster to bring motherfuckers back up into the air, and then keep JCing. There's a lot to unpack with Dante, a fuck ton. And then you don't even like you got he's one of the only people who can do the Devil Trigger impacts, which is people thought it was a glitch. It's actually a mechanic a little bit that doesn't really get talked about, wherein if you on the last frame of charge up for moves that have charge, mainly for like the Beowulf gauntlets and stuff like that. If you hit someone on like basically the first frame, essentially of like right before you connect, and you press the double trigger, but then turn it off at the same time, it increases the damage exponentially.
Huh.
So in terms of just instead of sitting there and being like, oh okay, I'll get like a really like a much more upgraded version of it. If you time it enough to where you hit it right on the first frame and then turn it off, it's like the entire life bar goes fucking away.
That's pretty cool.
So
I will say though, probably my biggest problem with the game right now, and it's a problem I've had with it since like I started playing it. Dodging in that game is not easy or fun.
nope.
Like I wish Table Hopper was on a button, And as soon as I got Devil Trigger, it acts like a burst. I find myself just compulsively hitting that to get out of situations more so than actually like targeting and then side and A and like rolling. Like it just doesn't feel intuitive at all.
Yeah.
Like even still. And that's like the one complaint is like I don't feel like my defensive options are great, which I've always played on easier difficulties, so I never really noticed. I'm playing on Son of Sparta right now, and while I'm like it's gotten easier, I still don't feel like my defensive options are all that great. So now my defensive option is just hit everything so they can't attack you.
Yeah.
Also, that lightning enemy, the one that teleports around, is bullshit. And I don't know how to fight it. I fucking hate it. It's the worst. You can't hit it, so you have to shoot it because nothing else works. Then the lightning goes away, and you can attack it for a little bit. Then it turns red. You can attack it even less, and the thing will try and suicide bomb you.
Yep.
I just think it's crazy because every other enemy seems so well designed where it's like it has one clear weakness. And like the moment you exploit it, then you can kind of go to town with however you want.
Yeah.
You just need to get that first hit in. The lightning thing does not fucking have that. It just feels like an actual bullet sponge because it's all you can do is shoot it. Unless I'm clearly doing it wrong. I don't know, though.
I don't think you're doing it wrong. That enemy is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
The only thing you can really do is if you have to get charge shot, and then charge shots will make him vulnerable.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah, no, that's kind of what I resorted to doing.
Yeah, that's like the only way to do it.
Also,
Especially...
that dice room. I never had so much trouble with it before.
Oh, yeah, the dice room is which is funny why... Well, spoilers, during Dante's segment, when you go to the dice room, he literally destroys the dice, and it's like, fuck this nonsense.
Thank fucking God,
Yeah.
because, wow, the whole laboratory mission was not great.
Yeah.
Even the boss fight where you're throwing the swords at the, like, at, Stutter
Angelus,
Boy. Yeah. Andy. When you're throwing
Andy.
the things at Andy, it's, like, fine.
Animosity, Andy.
It's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine. 4 is a lot of fun, but like it really just opens up more in terms of the bloody palace and shit like that.
yeah.
Lady makes those fucking thunder enemies a joke
I would imagine.
because she's nothing but guns, so they can't fucking hang. Like,
Yeah.
and her entire thing is charge, charge, charge. She's a charge character essentially, so. It's really hard for that motherfucker to do anything because you can just constantly keep peppering him with shots and shit.
Yeah, but I was already kind of excited about DMC5 having Nero as like its main character again because I like Dante, but having new stuff is cool too. Now I'm incredibly psyched because like being able to switch out like Devilbringer, even though I like the grapple properties. Like I can't wait to fuck around with that. I really if all they need they have to bring back the charging on swings.
Yeah, no,
because.
Yeah, have you seen any? Did you see any of the extended gameplay that was shown at all?
What?
Yeah, there's extended gameplay I can show you after this.
All right, we'll watch it.
And the first thing you see is that he has a level 3 max exceed roulette spinner up in the air, and it looks just as good.
Fuck.
It looks just as good. He has the max. They even said the max exceed system is back.
Good.
The Devil Breaker has cartridges that you can switch out. But the cartridges can break once you get hit.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, so I think the cartridges are actually like ammo types that give you different properties for your Devil Breaker. That's why you can actually see it in the demo, or like in this thing that we saw, where he has like the counter with the
palm.
The palm.
The big
then he has
thing.
the one where he can cast witch time on somebody, essentially.
Yeah.
And I think you can buy cartridges at Nico or find them in the level. But they can break every time you get hit, is what he confirmed. Also, he confirmed that Virgil is straight up just Nero's father. Like, that's...
No, I thought that was already kind of confirmed.
It was insinuated. There was a very, like, ha, 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 maybe. But, like, it's straight up, it's just...
Wonder why he can put the Yamato back together.
The more and more I think about it, the more and more I really want to see who the third character is. Because they've also said that in the song Devil Trigger, there are, like... Easter eggs and hints as to who people are, so that'll apparently we will understand later in time. DMC5 looks amazing.
Yeah,
let's get to it. What else have you done?
No, that's it. I've been trying really hard to not play fighting games because I'll be honest, I'm a little burnt out on them.
Yeah, Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, our event went really good. Mr. Max did the thing. He was super flustered, and Mr. Max really showed up and
I was
became the boss
very tired
that
the whole time,
he
but
was. But Mr. Max did a really good job. The people at the venue said that it was a really fun time and that they really want to work with us more.
you weren't there to see my face. Jarrell took a picture of it for like Snapchat of the exact moment the bracket got reset in Dragon Ball. And my face as it hit the table. Like
Yeah, no,
but
Dragon Ball's it's weird because I enjoy watching Dragon Ball, but like the more and more I watch of it, the more and more I'm like, this is just a slog to get through.
there are a
man.
lot of games that I really enjoy watching that the moment it's your responsibility to stream them immediately loses all the magic for me. Like I
Yeah.
love watching King of Fighters. Streaming King of Fighters sucks, especially when you hit grand finals.
Yeah.
Because it's like 3 out of 5 characters, 3 out of 5 matches, bracket reset. And it just keeps going.
Yeah.
But overall, it went really well. I was happy with it. There was a few issues we got to work out, but other than that, decently well. The next one will be up not on my Twitch channel, but it'll be somewhere else, and it'll be on July 12th. Congrats, you guys are the first to hear about it publicly.
So stay tuned for that. A couple of things before we get into the nitty gritty, the meat and potatoes of what we're looking at today. There are a few things that I want to talk about. Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition was announced for every other platform too.
Oh, I just assumed that it was.
I was thought that it was not going to be the case. It's on Xbox. It's on PS4. It's on Switch. It's
Wow.
on Steam.
Xbox beat the fuck out.
Fuck off Xbox, I guess. We'll talk a little bit about that later. Another thing is there are 2 incredibly funny Nomura interviews that are absolutely ridiculous, and you guys should do yourself a favor and look them up. Number 1 is Nomura has said, and I quote, Final Fantasy VII is actually being developed.
Really? I promise.
Yup.
Please stop saying it's not. We are working very hard.
He has said basically in the interview, it's just to paraphrase a couple of things. Unfortunately, I don't have the actual interview on hand. I just pulled up the other one. I think it's The Verge who's been reporting on this a lot. I think they got an exclusive interview with Nomura. And he's basically was saying, I've been trying to dedicate 100% of myself towards both projects through and through. But like really, I mean, KH3 is going to come out, or like 557 is going to come after KH3. And once KH3 comes out, that's it. Like FF7 is going to have my full 100% attention.
Yeah.
Nothing else is going to happen. And we're like, okay, sure. So we may see more of it, like I predict at PSX. We may definitely see a little bit more of it. But also, and I'm not even gonna read what the title of the fucking thread was. I'm gonna just read what he says. This is about KH3.
I know what you're going to read.
Director and creator Tetsuya Nomura says that while he has a firm grip on where the game story is heading, sometimes the whole thing gets a bit chaotic for him as well.
I didn't know
I do have
where
a
you were
general
heading.
storyline in my head, he tells The Verge. What is the most confusing is that because there are so many characters in the storyline now, it's hard to keep track of who actually met who already. He says, I'm always like, okay, so who's in this situation and who's meeting this person for the first time? And that always gets really confusing.
Yeah, he's right. That's why you keep a Bible for your series. Nomura is just as much on this ride as we are.
Yep.
He doesn't know how Kingdom Hearts 3 is gonna end. He's like, Aqua got Norded when the trailer came out.
I think that was the one you were thinking I was going to bring up.
No, the one I thought you were gonna bring up is why Kingdom Hearts 3 got delayed, and it totally makes sense.
No, what did he say in that one?
Nomura is like, listen, we're shooting really hard for a simultaneous release everywhere, and because of that, we have to take Western markets into account as well. I was strongly advised not to release in September or November.
Oh.
I was like, is there any way we can speed up development? And the team went, no. So he's like, we'll release in January. It's a much better time to release it. The game would have been done it would have been absolute suicide. So they're like, we're going to spend the last couple of months polishing it to like a mirror sheen.
Oh, dude, fucking Resi 2 and KH3 dropping the same day.
Yeah, huh? 28th
Fuck.
or 29th is going to
2019 is once again
end
the
of 2018 to 2019 is an absolute slaughter.
Yep.
Normally you just worry about November, you get past it and you're done. Now it's you die and
It's 2017 all over again.
yeah.
2017 started off the same way. January was just filled with back to back to back. February back to back to back.
Nier, Yakuza 0. Yeah, it was fucking crazy.
Fucking ridiculous. Persona.
Persona.
In April, like it didn't stop. Dude, 2017 did not fucking stop. It just kept going and going and going, and that's what it's looking like 2019 might be. So
which is cool. Fine,
that's
great.
Yeah, it's just that.
It's only been a 1 year gap between the big crazy years. Got to get
Yeah.
it all out before PS5 and Xbox One 2.
And they actually just
Xbox One 2 Switch.
excuse me. They actually just announced too that he wants Itsuno from DMC5 wants to release the game before April of next year because he wants this game to be the best game of the Heisei period in Japan. The Heisei era, I don't know if that's the way you pronounce it. There's an entire era that's ending in April 2019 and it's going into the new era. And he wants it to be the best action game of the era. Which is a strong sentiment that I wholeheartedly want him to completely come through on.
Oh my god.
So
dude.
he's also said that we're going to be getting it, unlike with Cyberpunk, we're going to be getting it way earlier than we think. And Cyberpunk, we have just had confirmed, you can wait a couple more years, is what the guy said.
Yeah.
Which is frustrating, and we will talk about that in just a bit
Yeah.
as to why that is utterly frustrating.
You want to just go into it, or do you want to do your other
One more
prepared
news.
story? Okay.
No, the other prepared story I won't go into because we're having a lot of fun, and I don't want to fucking bring us down with that.
We'll end on the low note.
No, I just
Okay.
if you guys go on my Twitter, Shadman retweeted it, I retweeted it. It's a really shitty situation. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
You'll take a look at it sometime. I'll show you in a little bit.
All right.
It's bad. It's really bad, and it's not on this month of all months. It should not happen.
Okay.
But Fortnite is being released on the Switch. Has been released on the Switch. The reason why I want to bring that up is because
I know why you want to.
Sony lost 2% of its shares because they refused to play ball with everyone else. Fortnite immediately fucking blew them up. I want to know, and Sony has not. They have just
Because
they don't
guess
care.
what? It's not going to affect them at all.
I don't know, man. 2%'s a pretty big drop, like out of nowhere. Like it was instantaneously.
They will make it back.
I don't know, man. Like
Trust. End of the year. Based off of end of the year and next year, they will make it back easy.
Yeah, but there's a lot of like anti-Sony propaganda going on.
No, it's shitty. It's super shitty for them to
Yeah.
do, and they should just shut up and do crossplay. You're
Stop it.
literally the only one left,
Yeah,
and it's because it's not like their like reasoning is entirely stupid. Where it's like we want to be able to police the players, and it's like if an Xbox player like breaks terms of service with like a Switch player, and they're playing with a PS4 player, whose jurisdiction does that fall under?
yeah.
Like, I sort of get it. It falls under the server, the game's jurisdiction then,
Yeah.
at that point.
Yeah.
But no, it's stupid. It was dumb when they were like, no, Minecrafters, you can play with the Vita or you can fuck off. But it's like they already do with Street Fighter V. It's like if somebody gets banned from Street Fighter, it's not because of PlayStation, it's because of Capcom. They will ban you from their servers. You make your own account, your own ID, and that's why like Minecraft kind of maybe makes sense because it's running strictly on like Sony stuff. But Epic Games 100% has their own accounts, their own servers, their own everything. So why would you lock the Epic Games account to your fucking PlayStation?
Better yet, why wouldn't you explain that to people before You know what I mean? Like
I
that,
don't
I think
know
this,
if
this
they.
fault.
That's the thing is I don't know if they do.
But this thing, I feel like the fault lies on all sides. It's not just Sony. Sony is absolutely being ridiculous by not wanting to play ball in a day and age in which crossplay is effectively being put on almost every game. Like, it's becoming to a point where now I think that the boundaries between what console gaming is are finally coming down because we have all these games coming out that everyone wants to play together, and it's not about exclusivity anymore. It's about what your console can do and what exactly you're buying your console for. But if you can have the same gameplay experience on some lesser games, you should absolutely be able to play it with all your friends. I mean, iPhone, PC, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, all of those platforms can play together, and yet Sony's the only one that they know can do crossplay. And the only reason they do it with all the other PC clients, like a Street Fighter V and like with Final Fantasy XIV,
Portal 2
is because they doesn't compete directly with their console sales, and they are it's the same kind of backwards logic that a lot of Japanese companies unfortunately still have. A lot of Japanese publishers can't keep up with the Western gaming market demands because they just don't understand it, and instead of sitting there and trying to accept it, they refuse to. It's the reason why Nintendo consistently has those really godforsaken fucking YouTube policies that they do have. It's the reason why Atlas and everyone else who works for them consistently tells people that they don't want people to start streaming the stories. Why Arc System Works is still on top of that thing, because it's not a developer's choice, I'm sure. It is absolutely a publisher choice. Yeah. And they just consistently, time and time again, have these really archaic fucking policies that do nothing but hurt the consumer. And it's because they want utter dominance in a market where that's just not the case anymore.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you can still have your success if you work on the first party developer side, but they want it all, and that's fine. They're a company, that's cool. But the idea that we're in a day and age in which Microsoft was the villain and is now slowly becoming the good guy is really weird. Really weird place to be right now.
Yeah. I wouldn't say Microsoft is like becoming a hero by any means. I would just say they're like, I don't know. Inconsequential is the word I would use to describe Microsoft. They're not really, I don't think they're making big waves. I mean, besides the strongest console thing, what does it matter if I have no reason to buy it of it? Then, it's going to look the prettiest.
Yeah.
I don't personally care about that. I know
it's going to run the best.
It's going to run you're going to be able to play Fortnite with all your babby Switch friends.
You're going to be able to play KH3 at 60 frames per second confirmed. Variable on PS4 Pro. Like, to me, that is a huge, that in and of itself is huge.
But it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, Final Fantasy 15 ran like shit at launch, but they were able to do something to fix it a little bit. So if it's a marginal difference,
I think variable frame rate and locked 60 are not marginal difference. I'm sorry.
Is it it's locked
60 on Xbox One
Well, then
X.
I'll play it on your Xbox One X. Whatever. We're doing a 72-hour stream for it. Whatever.
Yeah.
But
let's jump into it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, E3 has come and gone.
All right, so moving on.
And that's it.
Thanks for watching.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for the nap up. Anyways, so we're not going to be going over what conferences won this year. And one of the main reasons why we're not doing that
is because EA won.
Is because
EA
won.
Too embarrassing to talk about.
Yeah, I think that wholeheartedly every other company got blown the fuck out.
Yeah.
By Anthem's presentation. Looks amazing.
Honestly, when I saw the cup, when they brought the cup out, I was like, I didn't think they'd do it.
Dude, FIFA 19
is
available.
Yes.
To play.
Yeah.
For free.
Yeah, for a week. Or
now.
A day. Yes.
Not anymore.
Did you hear that you can play FIFA 19 on your Switch and also FIFA 18, and also they come out a month apart?
Also, Andrew Wilson, great guy.
Andrew Wilson, definitely not
a Bond villain.
Crazy Bond villain.
Yup.
His sharks with the lasers on their head, they just use the lasers for fun. They're
Let's stop spoiling the video. Hey, we're working on a video for the E3 summary.
Yes.
We're not going to be doing press conferences. Instead, what Max has brought up is that he wants to talk about what are the top games we heard about and learned about and saw at the E3 this year, because coming to Hipsters on Purpose at some point in the future.
content.
Content! Woo!
Yes. Yeah. So
Tell
just
me what you shit. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you got. Tell me what you
I
love.
don't know. How many do we get? We don't want to be here all night. There's a
We'll
lot
do
of
top
there's a lot
five.
of good stuff. We'll do top 5.
Yeah.
I'll go, you go, I'll go, you go.
Yeah.
All right. Kind of I'd say like I'm going to blanket this all in together, but I think like Sega's showing was actually pretty good, specifically in terms of Yakuza. I think the fact that Yakuza 0 and Kiwami are both coming to PC is fucking awesome. And the implications behind that are insane. Because guess what other series they mentioned in the same sentence as Yakuza for possibility for coming to PC?
What'd they say?
Persona is like next on their wish list for PC.
Oh, right.
So that was awesome. Fist of the North Star is getting localized with a full dub. Like, I genuinely didn't believe we were getting that. I thought the possibility was better than it's been in the past for Yakuza spin-offs, but the fact that we are getting it into this degree is insane.
Japanese gaming is on the rise again, man.
Yeah.
It's good to see. It's good to see Japanese developers.
That being
and
said,
companies
the
come
game
out.
will probably fail.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
No, but I'll buy it. On sale.
Mm.
I haven't finished 6 yet, you know? And then Kiwami 2 comes out in August. And then Fist of the North Star comes out in like September. That's the problem, is they space these long, like, story-driven games that, admittedly, while the gameplay is fun, you can get burnt out on it if you put in like 100 hours or so. They release them like a month apart. And it's like, oh, God, I don't have time to do this now.
Yeah, so that's straight up what happened with me in Far Cry and God of War this year.
Yeah.
I wanted to dedicate more time to Far Cry, but not only did that game just hilariously fail in a lot of regards, God of War was just around the corner, and God of War was a better game and was just as fucking long, if not longer.
Yeah.
And I think that, like, I really miss the day and age. I think we talk about this every single fucking podcast. It feels like the day and age that just give me a fucking solid 8 to 10 hour game. Fuck, give me a 4-hour game that works just as good, that I can play over and over and over again, that has mechanics that are constantly like rewarding me. Like, I just want games to not last a good solid chunk of my life.
And it's in that specific situation, I don't think it's, aside from not being like as good a game as God of War, I don't think that's necessarily Far Cry's fault. Whereas this is like, it's like 2 games in the same series.
Yeah.
It's like Yakuza 0 came out, and then 2 months or like 4 months later, I think Kiwami came out.
Yeah.
And while I did appreciate Kiwami's like 10 hours long because it's a Yakuza 1 remake,
Yeah.
it's still hard to like even get series fatigue as much as I love Yakuza, where it's like I had to wait a while before I started up Kiwami.
Series fatigue is very real. I remember when me and Mav did our impossible task of beating every single Metal Gear Solid game that came out
That's
in a
rough.
weekend.
I get series fatigue from Metal Gear in the same game.
Yeah, so like by Sunday we were just looking at 5, and I fell asleep during the stream, and I was like,
You were going in chronological order?
yeah. We did 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's still impressive.
yeah. We didn't beat 5. We were just like, fuck it.
How far
Like,
did you get in Portable Ops? How far did you get
It
in
was-
Metal Gear Acid 2?
It was just the numbered titles. That was it.
All right.
So, but like, I can see the series fatigue happening, and it's also what it feels like now is that like games as service on a whole feels great. It's super cool. There's also the problem where it's like, because there's so many, like, as someone who's always liked the idea of engaging in a variety of titles across the year, all of these games that are doing these timed events in which I will miss out on content.
Yeah.
I will not be able to have this thing anymore if I don't play at this certain time. It's starting to ruin my my day. Like,
Yeah,
it's becoming increasingly
it's
worse and worse to try to, like, because, like, one of the main things that pisses me off, good point of this, I love Monster Hunter World. I love
I
going
was
back in
about
and,
to say Monster Hunter World.
yeah,
It's just I really loved the game. I liked the 20 or so hours I put into it, but it got to a point where it's like, okay, this is the part of the game where it becomes your life.
yeah,
And I was like, oh, no.
yeah,
No, I
exactly.
have other things to play,
Yeah.
like Dissidia.
So I went into I'm obviously 120 hours plus.
Yeah.
And even then, like the first thing I said was like that fucking sick wicked ass rocket greatsword that they gave you during the spring festival
Yeah.
if you hash it out. I was like, "Can I get that still?" They said, "No, the event's gone." And I was like,
Yeah.
"I don't like that.
You'll
I
have
don't
to
like
wait
that shit."
until updates stop for the game and they put everything back in.
Yeah, which is why when I heard about the new update coming out, I'm not sure if you saw that, the Final Fantasy 14 collab.
Yeah, Behemoth.
Behemoth is actually just a monster in the Monster Hunter universe now.
Yeah.
That's great. That is super good. Not like Kolbatereth, who admittedly was a really fucking, like, that battle was
That's
supposed
the
to be
raid
cooler.
one.
The quote-unquote the
Yeah.
raid one, it wasn't really a raid. It should have been a raid.
It's like a Zora Magdaros that everyone is way far apart on. You don't
Yeah.
even see each other.
Yeah, exactly. And it was like, eh. But like with this one, they said it's just a title update monster, and I'm like, that's perfect. I want more of that because that means that he is just in the fucking game.
Yeah. And then you can use his bones to make a great buster sword.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm super down with that. And I think that you know, the whole thing with games as service is that they should really stop doing that thing where it's like, yeah, you have to play at a certain time because it doesn't make me want to play.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It does the opposite. It makes me go, I don't want to dedicate, and I understand why they're doing that, but like it also sucks. And that's what it feels like with all these other fucking games coming out. It's like, you don't need to be this long, but you're only being this long because you can get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Anyway. Yes, Yakuza coming to PC is
Woo!
great! Yeah. Yakuza getting localized and what that means for Sega is super cool.
Yeah.
What's your fifth most anticipated game announcement thing from E3?
All right, so I'll give it to the easy one, Battlefield 5.
Really?
You know, when I first saw it announced and when I was like looking into it, and you know, I just the more and more I see of it, the more and more that I'm just like, I really miss being able to play with like my old school group of friends that we all looked at this and we're like, this is gonna be like I said, like I was saying the thing, a chaotic return to form that I really wanted from Battlefield 1, and this one looks exactly like what I wanted.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of really cool things that they're doing differently in terms of gameplay mechanics for Battlefield 5 that I don't see happening anywhere else. There's a lot of things that I you know, the idea of no premium pass anymore, no loot box progression, and the fact that this looks like DICE at their prime makes me really excited to see where this game is going to go and what it actually ends up becoming. It is unfortunate that it is essentially a games as a service, like I just fucking completely had a 20-minute dissertation on, but
see, does it become a game as a service the moment the season pass is free? Is that when it becomes a games as a service, or is it just getting free title updates?
The idea, well,
because
okay, so when a games as a service is the idea is you're consistently getting content updates fed out to you over the course of a set amount of time.
Okay.
So like Destiny is pretty much the first example of it. We thought it was a mini MMORPG, but it is essentially just the perfect example of what a games as a service is and how that gets monetized. The difference between what they're doing and what games like The Division are doing and what Battlefield 5 is doing is it feels like a lot of what they're just doing is increasing like the amount of customization options, giving you more things to kind of make your time better and not necessarily make progression horrible to deal with, or like you have to unlock this, but they're just going towards the more Asian model of all these weird dungeon crawler games where it's like, here, you can grind the costume out or you can buy it.
Yeah.
You can do this, and it's like, I don't like that, but that's where games are going to make money, so, and it's doing it really well, so hey, I can't really fault them. I don't see how they're going to be making a whole lot of money after the first $60. I'm thinking they're going to renege and just go ahead and just say no. You're going to have to buy these maps, boy.
Yeah.
Expansion pack time.
JK. We were just kidding.
Just fucking kidding. So yeah.
Um,
Number 4.
Number 4 is going to go to the new Souls game, Code Vein.
Sekiro. Oh.
Code Vein. And this is specifically because I got to see Twitch's kind of like coverage where they brought, the developers in to show off the game. I got like 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and that was the first extended bit of like gameplay I saw of Code Vein. But the idea of like you're always with another person. It's party members that you're like swapping out that all have like their own battle strategies and like ways of acting and stuff, I think is all really cool. I think the way that it's handling like actual like equipment and your abilities and your powers is all super interesting. The combat looks really fast and fun, which is Bloodborne was almost. I liked Neo. This seems like it's just that one. It's an action game.
Yep.
That's what I wanted. It's an action game with anime titties in it, which is great. But everything they showed off and even just simple stuff from like the aesthetic of armor and like it just all seemed so cool and like so much fun. And it also seemed like maybe the online multiplayer wasn't gonna do that stupid Souls thing. And you gotta put down you gotta use an item, you gotta make a sign on the floor.
No, I'm
and
pretty
like,
sure you still have to do that.
yeah, but they didn't show it, and that made me feel good.
Well, I mean, the first and foremost, they didn't even announce that co-op was going to be there in the first place.
Yeah.
Like, for the longest time, people didn't know that co-op wasn't even going to be a thing.
Which I was I would have been okay with, just because you do have your little buddy. But
it's weird to me that a God Eater team would be having a game that looks like it's perfect for co-op and not put co-op in.
It was interesting. It's maximum of 3 real people, because your partner will always count as the 4th, which... That's fine. That makes sense. Usually you're only squadding up with like 3 people in the Souls games anyway, from what I've seen. So
yeah,
so that's fine.
I actually was able to get a lot of hands-on time with Code Vein last year.
Oh shit! That was at TwitchCon? Or?
Yeah, it was at TwitchCon because I'm not sure if I told everybody about that one. I know I told them I played it, but the way they did it was Namco and Bandai didn't tell anyone they were going to be there. They had a guy who you can see him like he's normally there, like he's like the Twitch correspondent that works for Twitch or Bandai Namco, and he had a fucking FGC setup with an Xbox One X, and it had 2 things. It had the DBZ Fighters demo and it had Code Vein.
Damn.
And
you
he
said turn that Dragon Ball shit off.
Well, that was also the first time I actually got my hands on DBZ Fighters too. Was me and Lau played a match together, and that was a really fun time. And Code Vein, I went to and I played the Saturday afterwards, where I was just waiting in line. And the idea was that it started off, and the way that that game works, I don't know if it's just for demo purposes or for the way that game is. If you discover the boss, you can just teleport directly to the boss now.
I think they were. I don't remember if your starting point was just closer, or that's what they were doing, but they were getting back to boss fights really fast.
Yeah.
So I think they may have actually mentioned something about being able to quickly travel back to bosses as soon as you start them. I'm not too sure.
So the little time I had with it, I actually enjoyed it, but you can tell that there was a lot of issues with the way that it was running, with the way that the controls had felt.
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing I asked him was, are they working on these things? Because I definitely see some opportunities for this game to be like different than Souls, because it really just felt like Souls.
Yeah.
It felt almost exactly like Souls. They said, well, yeah, they're leaning towards making a much faster game, a more active game. They're working on tightening up the controls and all sorts of things. I'm like, okay, cool. I walked away from it kind of like, all right, that's literally just anime Souls. Like, it feels exactly like it. It plays exactly like it. It doesn't look like it at all.
Yeah.
But it feels like anime Souls, and that's fine.
Yeah.
That's
I can
fine.
100% say it looks like it runs at 60. Like it.
Now it does,
ran
yes.
fucking solid, and it looked a little faster than Bloodborne.
Yeah.
It looked fast as fuck. And maybe that's because of just how much dumb shit you're doing now, or like your trick weapon equivalent is like a special like blood art that they're also apparently adding more of, Where it's like, yeah, sometimes, you got a big claw or a scorpion tail, or you make spikes come out of the floor.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. And then the other big thing for me was, like, you can respec your character at any point. That's awesome. I'm sure I've fucked up every single one of my Souls builds. So being able to backpedal super hard really appeals to someone like me who loves to backpedal super hard.
Yup. I like that idea. I like the idea of respecing either not costing much or just being there available for the end user, because it really just means that you can create builds on the fly to be better in certain situations and scenarios that you just wouldn't be able to otherwise. I still think that the traditional idea of being stuck with a build and having to figure a way out works for certain games, like one that we will be talking about very soon. But that's it, I guess.
Yeah, that's all I gotta say. Code Vein looks good. Can't wait for it. More so because as soon as we get that, then we'll start getting more information about God Eater.
Yeah, that's what I
Real
want.
Monster Hunter.
The real it looks super fast.
Yeah, I'll play your Monster Hunter game for hours if you put big titties in it. That's it. That's all I need. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Dude, the waifu bait coming out of Code Vein though.
It's probably the strongest, but the first character they've revealed so far for God Eater 3 is also pretty strong.
Yeah.
She's pretty strong. I don't know if she's Alyssa yet, but she's pretty strong.
What are Alyssa's underboobs gonna look like in HD?
What I'm trying to think, because side is underboob is pretty, like, that's unique. That not too many characters do that.
Yeah.
But how do we go further? Where do we cover? Because
Pasties.
top is norm. No, it's everything but nipple.
Pasties.
No,
That's what they are.
Everything but the nipple is not exposed. It's just nipple.
Oh.
It's inverse. That's the only place that anime has left to go. They've innovated too much.
They've innovated.
We've had the window. We've had the side boob.
Yeah.
Maybe God Eater 3 will be the one. The trendsetter. Free the nipple, says God Eater.
Look, all I'm looking forward to is God Eater 3 allowing me to put my little baby waifu that I will create and put her in a fucking Nekomimi bikini set with a little cute kitty key heart booby window.
With a giant rocket-powered sniper, dual-blade axe hammer that also turns into a monster.
Oh, man.
What's your fourth most anticipated game?
My fourth
Besides
most
God Eater?
anticipated game. Oh, man. It's actually kind of hard because I feel like the first three are completely fine for me. And then, like, really a lot of stuff that I want to say it's a toss-up, honestly, between Sekiro and Daemon X Machina. So I'm going to have to give it over to Sekiro because I'm not going to buy a Switch.
Yeah.
And, it is the year of the samurai.
It's a
Now,
weird tie to have.
the reason I didn't give it to Ghost of Tsushima, which looks fantastic, is because that combat looks jank as fuck. The more and more that I watch the Ghost of Tsushima playthrough, the more I'm starting to realize that combat is not great, which is weird to me considering Sucker Punch is really good at creating really fun combat. But I go back and I look at it and it's like there's a different.
I always thought the best part about their games was traversal, not combat.
No, I wasn't saying like the best part, but like they were really good at like making me feel like there's a whole there's a package. Whereas with Ghost of Tsushima, just from what I saw, like what you're doing doesn't look as fun as like just looking at the world does.
Yes.
Whereas Sekiro, motherfucker, your hand's a trick blade that has a hatchet in it.
Yeah.
And the way that they have described the combat system is incredibly different than traditional Souls. So you have like poise like you do in Souls games, but like you don't just slash at people and you just goes through them. Like, you have to break through their guard in separate ways using different moves, which leave them open for different opportunities. And it was very strange how they explained it, but the more and more I looked into it, the more I was like, okay, I can get into this. Also, Souls with the jump button and grapple hook, okay, I'm going to have to give it to you.
Jump button's big.
Yeah, and it sucks that I keep calling it Souls, but motherfucker, they use the same death animation. That's what it is.
You saw him open the door.
Yeah.
It's the same door.
You know,
I'm surprised that the mechs in Damon X Machina also don't have the same death and door animations. Even if it's not a From Software game. Oh my god, that walking simulator, the VR one they're working on,
yeah.
it's going to have the same door animations.
Yep.
You're just going to see it from first person.
Yep. You are the door animation.
Yeah.
But you know, I want to give it to a lot of other ones, but Sekiro had one of the strongest showcases in terms of actual gameplay. Like for me, I really thought Death Stranding was going to be the one game I walk away this year and be like, that's the game that that's the best. They're going to have a combat showcase. They're going to have this. No,
it's not about the combat.
Not about the combat.
But I also don't know what it is about still, so I don't.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Death Stranding. It didn't make my list though, unfortunately.
No,
It's not what I was expecting at all.
So there's a lot of interesting stuff that is actually coming out the pipeline about Death Stranding. Real quick aside. The fucking necklace the lady wears at the end of the trailer has a secret message inside of it.
Yeah, it's a music. It's like a fucking staff with like full song on it.
It has been confirmed that the Death Stranding is the event. Death Stranding is the thing that is happening.
I don't think Kojima is making a game. I don't think he's. I can't believe I saw quote unquote gameplay, and now I believe in it even less that it's real.
There's a gun. He has a gun. Dude, no one remembers the gun.
No, what I'm saying is like, yeah, I saw the gun. It's just so you can say that he has a gun right here on this podcast. I don't think he's making a video game.
I don't think he's making
I don't know what he's doing. But yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna buy it.
Death Stranding. Yeah, I'm gonna buy it.
Well, guys, here's the thing too: is that what pisses me off about the way that Death Stranding showed its gameplay is that every single thing has been really strong in terms of its overall like the tone setting and everything that's been going on.
Yeah.
And while this was certainly a very fun atmospheric trailer that effectively gave us more information than we've ever had before in any of the trailers, we know that dooms is a thing. We know that void outs are a thing. We know that death is absolutely recurring for either the character or just in the universe in general.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to get a clear, like, I don't know, for me personally, in terms of, I've been pretty right on a lot of my theories, almost every single trailer we've seen.
Yeah.
I feel like I now have the clearest picture I've ever seen of Death Stranding, which we can talk about in a little bit after our top 5 if you'd like.
We'll see how we're doing on time.
Yeah.
But
you know, yeah, Sekiro looks amazing, and I really want to get into it.
Cool.
So what about you?
Ghosts of Tsushima. I don't care if the combat sucks. I want to be a samurai. I want to ride around the open world 100%. Yeah. I was considering giving it to Spider-Man, but honestly, that game comes out like next month. I'm excited for it. You're excited for it. We didn't really see anything that was too groundbreaking. It's story stuff, and honestly, I don't care.
That demo they showed for Spider-Man sucked. The demo that is actually at E3, the Shocker demo, amazing.
I never saw
fucking
the other
amazing.
demo.
There's a 20-minute demo that is on Insomniac's channel that shows the open world gameplay, the Shocker boss battle, which is a fucking boss battle. It is a 6-minute endeavor.
Maybe it would have made the list. It's hard because that game comes out literally in a few months.
So yeah, the problem with like Spider-Man, right, is that you see the combat and it looks so fucking Arkham. Within that trailer, within that like demo alone that I saw after this one, you can see all of the options open up in ways that you just didn't see in like any other demo so far.
Yeah.
The usage of the environment, the launchers, the using other people as fucking weapons with your web thing, your suit powers all coming together, traversal as a mechanic in a battle.
Yeah.
Like all of it coming together in
I'll
that
have
demo.
to watch that. I am excited for Spider-Man. Another aside, Jump Force will not be on my list, although I am cautiously interested in it just because it's like, I'll probably buy it.
Yeah.
It's going to be like a little guilty pleasure of mine.
Yeah.
Light Yagami, surprise, is not a playable character because why the fuck would he? He is incredibly important to the story.
Oh my god.
Of why Luffy's in America. No, I won't talk too much about Ghost. Other than the fact that, yes, while I agree, the combat does not look super great, I am so sold on the world and aesthetic and how everything looks in that game, I will stomach some possibly janky combat. And it's also, again, I feel like that game's got a lot of time. So
Yeah.
we'll see what turns into that. But again, it's like everybody else has been saying. There has not been a good open world samurai game ever. So I am really excited to like play that. And again, maybe it's the more film side of me, even though I don't like watching movies. I appreciate film a lot more. That fight scene at sunset with if any of the other battles are half as good looking as that, I don't care if I'm just slamming my hand on the controller. I just want to see where that game goes.
Yeah.
And also, it's hard. Sorry, Neo. You didn't show gameplay.
Yeah.
Oops.
The Lyle version of no game, no hype. Them's the rules.
No, very excited for Ghost. It was out of everything they showed at that Sony conference as far as their gameplay breakdowns.
Yeah.
That stood out to me the most.
It was definitely the one that I would come away. Well,
I
Last
don't
of Us
care
is not
about
on
The
my
Last
list.
of Us.
Last
Yeah.
of Us is not on my
Yeah.
list because of the fact that I already know I'm gonna buy it. I already know it's gonna be a fun game. The problem is I've been burned before because the first original battle system trailer that they showed had gunplay and had the things that looked that crazy.
Throw the bottle while running.
Yeah, well, okay, well that you can do that in Last of Us
Oh, okay.
1. Like that is absolutely something you can do. But because it's like an auto aim thing.
Oh, all right.
So, but the difference is that while I understand that Last of Us, Naughty Dog are fucking wizards with punch lasers. Punch lasers are a super cool tech that a lot of people need to start using more. It looked like there was a lot more going on in that combat that I don't know if they're readily able to take on. Because the idea of dodging mid combat, like a real like a sway back,
Yeah.
and that being on a button,
Was X like a jump or was it a run?
no,
or?
X was like a what the fuck was X? I don't even remember.
That's what I'm saying. If it's like a cover button and you're in melee combat, you could easily
cover was contextual.
Oh, so then
I think
feel like you could do that on a button, just
Yeah.
sway or something.
yeah, but like it's just how natural it all looked.
Yeah.
And like that's the thing is I think that we are technically at a place where we can get away with that because of something else coming up that I know people are already pretty sure is like they've called out as my number one.
Sushi strikers for this.
Sushi Strikers, boy. It looks amazing. It looks fun. Definitely not on my most hype list. I will have to see more gameplay that I can actually see and be like, okay, good. Also, they only confirmed Ellie as the only playable character, which is weird because I know that Joel, you can play as Ellie in the first one.
There's a sequence.
There's a segment, but like they had a whole trailer with like 3 other characters at Paris Games Week last year, or this year. I forget which one.
The premiere trailer was her and Joel both featured pretty like heavily.
Prominently. So it's like
Joel's gonna die at the start of that game, dude.
don't say that.
It's
Not Joel Bear.
of old age,
Not Joel Bear.
peacefully in his sleep.
Good.
Definitely not due to some horrific accident, monster or clicker otherwise.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, no, Ghost is my number 3. Ghost of Tsushima.
All right. Top 3 for me is hard, but I gotta give it to Resi 2.
I thought this was getting way higher up on the list. Also, I'm trying really hard not to pick ones you were going to pick.
Yeah.
We can't pick the same thing.
I think our number 2 is going to be the same.
I don't know if it is.
But Resi 2, I thought was going to be higher on my list before another game got fucking dropped.
Yeah.
But like, you know what?
Our number 2 isn't the same thing.
Seeing 20 minutes of Resident Evil 2 footage, I'm just blown away at how immense that game looks. Like that is because like it's in the same vein. There was the 2 games back in the PS1 era that were going to be hard to fucking remake. FF7 and RE2.
Yeah.
Because both of those games were immense in what they were doing and the world that they presented and just because like that's Raccoon City. it's not just that section, it's a whole city that you have to go through. So just seeing all of it fully realized in just the best looking game I've ever seen come out of Capcom ever. Like, blew me the fuck away. Zombies look horrible, and there's battle damage now.
The
on
one
both
with
the
the
zombies.
face where it's in like 3 segments, and he looks at it, and even Leon's like, Jesus fuck.
Yeah.
What is this?
Oh my god.
This isn't people.
Yeah, like, amazing. And it translates to your character too. If you get bit in cutscenes, you'll see Leon's neck has bite marks and shit on
they're
it.
like, hey dude, you gonna clean that?
And it was, combat looks great. Everything just there's so much about that just all. The only thing that like, kind of turns me off is it uses the RE7 inventory, which I don't know how they're gonna get away with doing that. I know it's not the same. I know it's basically. I mean, it basically is the same.
Instead of it being
vertical
2 columns,
yeah.
it's now 2 rows.
It's 2 rows of minimalistic thing, and it's like, okay, I get it, but like your knife is a super important tool, but it takes up an inventory slot now.
I don't know.
It's weird, but like, I need to see more puzzle solving. I need to see where else that game goes, and there's an entire other campaign.
Yeah, Claire's
Leon is A, Claire is B, and it's like,
aren't they not doing that though?
No, they're doing the full, like, everyone, they have their own campaign, and they confirm that 4th mission exists, so we get to play as Hunk in RE2 again.
Oh, cool.
And Tofu Man coming back.
Nice. Finally.
Finally, the return of Tofu Man. So, this is going to be the year that Capcom comes back. Fuck Street Fighter 5.
Fighting. Capcom, not fighting games, is doing really good right now. Not fighting games.
Yeah.
Everything that is not fighting games is going really great for Capcom.
Yep.
Especially not their fighting games.
Especially not.
Number 2, I already know you're going to take my number 1 for this. Number 2, I'm actually going to go Kingdom Hearts 3.
Really?
I'm going to go Kingdom Hearts 3 because I saw that trailer. I saw the Frozen trailer. I saw it twice. And I was like, yep, this game still looks great. You know, it looks big. The part where they're like going down the mountain, it's like, oh, they're bringing mini games back, but the scale is like way bigger. Combat looks cool. The ice skates and stuff all looks really cool. That Pirates of the Caribbean trailer actually blew me away.
That it is insane what that game is.
Not even the ship combat. Dive from on land to diving underwater to underwater combat to coming out the other side into a vast ocean that looks incredible. Blew me away. And then all the dumb Kingdom Hearts story stuff. And I'm like, this is it. This is the end of a legacy.
Yeah.
I'm finally free. Now the only thing that I'm still chained down to is Evangelion, which I will never be free from.
Akiana will have you forever.
But while I'm not super jazzed about Pirates of the Caribbean coming back. Like, I didn't think it was like that great of a property. Like, there were other returning worlds. I'd rather them try Tron again, even though there hasn't been another Tron.
Yeah.
Really upset they wasted fucking Evolution on Dream Drop Distance. But seeing all that shit and seeing, like, again, date, it's coming out January 29th. I'm going to play it next year, and then I'll be free. I'm very excited for that game. And I know we've seen a lot of it beforehand, but just how going from, like, playing the 2.8, like, 0.2 fragmentary whatever passage, and just seeing how, like, I was like, if it comes out and it looks like this, I'm fine. This looks great. And just seeing it now, God, I'm so excited for that game.
I am definitely on board the Cage hype train. And after seeing that Pirates level, with just the breadth of combat available to you, and the idea that you can just switch keyblades on the fly, I mean, it is just... It looks like I understand why, like... We finally have hit the technical level which Nomura can have his dumb ideas.
Yeah.
And they would work.
Yes.
We have reached that point, and I'm so happy we have, because that means next generation, Nomura's just going to do the dumbest
He's
shit.
gonna make his musical finally.
Finally. Or FF7 just blows us away.
Him and Yoko Taro are gonna collaborate on a musical game.
Don't say that.
It's true. Yorha the musical coming soon to consoles.
Can you imagine Keiichi Okabe and Yoko Shimomura coming together to create a score? Why would you do that? Why would you put that in my head? Oh my god. We just have the perfect game in here. An action game made by Nomura, written by Yoko Taro.
Yeah.
What have you done? What is
if it's
wrong with you?
specifically an action game, I'd rather not be Nomura.
Well,
There are other picks I'd have first.
I wouldn't. Honestly, I don't want it to be platinum either.
No, after playing with Nero, just have Yoko Taro write a story for Nero.
Yeah, yeah.
Play as Nero.
Just give it to Itsuno-san.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Now, that's why I'm really upset that year 2 is gonna be my 1. So go ahead and say it, Phil.
Frustration's getting bigger. Pull my devil trigger. I forget the fucking bullshit. DMC 5. It's my number 2.
Yeah, you know why. That was my number 1. It's
Yep.
literally all I can think about.
Oh, it's so good.
To the point where I've started playthroughs. I've been listening to music. I've been looking up lore.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't think the game would excite me in the way that it has. And I really, really fucking excited for it.
There is so much going on in that trailer, so much that you're seeing in gameplay outside of it. Inside Xbox has like 2 to 3 minutes of like real gameplay that shows other areas, other enemies, and it all looks amazing. And it's just like, you don't make a claim like, I'm gonna make the best action game of the era, and just drop it like that.
An era that hasn't had video games for all that long.
Yeah. The fuck.
Science teachers will be and historians will be discussing the drop of Devil May Cry 5 for years to come. That was the year the fucking world changed. Action games were changed forever.
I'm really excited to see what Itsuno and his team brings to the table in terms of how they think that they're going to change the way that we look at action games, because Itsuno has said time and time again, I'm 100% confident we have made the best action game we've ever made in our entire lives. And that is, like, to come off of something like DMC4, which has one of the most complex and engaging, yet really, like, it is for the hardcore. Like, DMC4 is a very hardcore
You can play on
action
human
game.
and mash buttons.
Yeah.
Or you can play on Dante Must Die, or Hell mode.
Yeah.
Whatever it's called. Yeah. Oh, God.
Legendary Dark Knight mode, which is basically Dante Must Die difficulty, but with way more enemies on screen. You know, and everything looks amazing. I've warmed up to because now I know how the RE engine works, and why they all look like that.
Yeah.
Because it's literally just the costumed models.
You play as Johnny Young Bosch.
You play as Johnny Young Bosch and that lady.
And lady.
Who I don't know her
And
name. I know her name
Guy.
is Nico.
Dante guy is cool.
Yeah, and it also looks like they're pulling out the stops for like actual lore and storytelling, and like just the fact that they sit there and they said this is the granddaughter of the motherfucker who made Dante's pistols.
That's pretty cool. Do you ever meet that woman?
That man.
That man? Oh,
Yeah, the granddaughter is Nico.
That's what I'm saying. Do you ever meet the dude who made Ebony and Ivory?
I don't. I think it's in a comic book. But like,
it's probably in the fucking novel.
Yeah, exactly. The fucking.
Oh.
I love the stupid reasoning behind Ebony and Ivory. It's the best.
Why are they called Ebony and Ivory?
No, just why they're made like that.
Oh.
You know why?
Why?
Because Dante ruins every other pistols. He fires so fast that he breaks them on contact.
That's like the start of Bayonetta.
Yeah.
Where she's annihilating the fucking guns as she's shooting them.
And that's pretty much, I'm pretty sure that's the same fucking reasoning like Hideki took.
Yeah.
Was that they just fucking, you know, like...
Dude, the speed required to do $1 million is insane.
But, you know, it...
Really
when you see this gameplay, you're gonna be like, wow, there's way more here that I wasn't ready for. See, that's your number 1. You want anything more you say on it before I go into my number 1?
You said no, I gotta say my number one.
You were number one. Go into your number one.
Oh, say my number one. This is gonna sound crazy coming from Max. I'm really excited for the last Smash Brothers. Like,
Wow.
I'm actually like looking at
Wow.
it's because I've finally gotten to the point where I'm so detached from the competitive Smash community. Because before, like, when I used to go to tournaments down south, like, I'd always be around it. I'd go to majors, I'd always be around it.
Yeah.
Since moving up here, I've had a lot of experiences of just having friends from college over and just playing Smash. And it's been, like, Project M and Smash Infinite with, like, 300 characters where he's playing as Michael Jackson and I'm playing as, like, Sephiroth. And I'm at the point where I think Smash can be fun for me again. And the idea of, like, everyone's back, I think is fantastic. The idea of having all the stages, having them with... You can turn hazards off. You can have Battlefield Omega modes. You can, like... Directional air dashes or air dodges are back, but not to a degree where you can, like, wave dash with them. Like, dodge... I don't want to say dodge spam, but repeated dodging has been nerfed. They've made it easier to do, like, instant air stuff. They've decided they're going to actually support this game as a competitive game. There's something about the very last Smash game that Sakurai will ever make, which is this one. There won't be another one. He put Ridley in. This is the last Smash Brothers.
Well, if they show up with Goku, it'll really be the last Smash Brothers. And now that Goku's in fighting games,
Cloud, Ryu, and Snake. This is also PlayStation All-Stars Battle
and
Royale
Bayonetta.
2. And Bayonetta, like...
You can run a match with Cloud versus Ryu versus Bayonetta versus Snake. What a fucking video game.
And that's why it's like, as much as I hate the Smash community, I still like Smash. So it might be enough to... It was enough for me to get a Wii U. It might be enough for me to get a Switch. Having Armored Core is like a plus, but I'm actually really excited for what they're doing with the Smash game. And even now, you don't even have to add any more characters. Just a nicer version of the Wii U 1, tweaked physics, returning characters are back. I'll never play Ice Climbers, but they're back. I'm happy about that. I'm actually pretty excited for it. It's a lot more than I thought they were going to do. This is like better to me than them making already. So if you just tweak a few things, add a few more characters, that's pretty good. I think I can't wait for Smash Brothers to go out on a bang because it's the last one. Don't expect another one. Sakurai's quitting.
Sakurai is actually done.
Sakurai is out. That being said, Smash would not be on this list if I didn't have to think of it. I had to remind myself a new Smash was coming out, and then I did, and I was excited and happy for it. If you get like halfway through your number one pick and I remember a better game, I'll probably swap it out. But I'm actually genuinely really excited for Smash.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say Kingdom Hearts for your second pick. Otherwise,
No.
I would have put Kingdom Hearts at first.
No. DMC2 is my second pick. Or DMC5, rather. I'm sorry.
All right. So, Phil, what is your first pick?
Cyberpunk.
Yeah, all right. Whatever. Thanks for watching, guys. We're No. No, we're not. Oh, wow. Wow, that's weird.
Woo!
I haven't had that. Wow.
Ooh.
I can't believe that came back.
Ooh.
Phil,
Oh boy.
Phil, why are you so excited for Cyberpunk?
Have you heard anything about what's going on in Cyberpunk? Have I told you any demo details?
The more I hear about it, the less interested I am.
Really?
Actually, yeah.
Why?
I'm not interested in it being first person.
Oh, okay.
The limited class system is not as... I mean, obviously, they weren't going to put in Rockstar as a fucking class.
Well, that's
But-
the thing. It's not limited.
But
So-
what does that actually mean in terms of a video game that I play?
Okay, so basically the way it works is that there's 3 class systems, and there are 3 classes: the Netrunner, the Techie, and the Solo. And instead of sitting there and you're stuck with one class, you just take whatever you want from each side, so you can make a mix. But later in the game, there's subclasses. Rocker Boy, Corporate, Cop that you can use.
So it's still in?
They're still in.
I'm back in on that.
But, like,
I
you
honestly, the first person thing is.
So here's the other thing too. So they had a 50-minute behind closed doors demo that was already confirmed to be happening, and a lot of people are actually really weirded out by the fact that it's a first person thing. And the more and more that I think about it, the more I'm like, I don't see how people didn't see this coming, because it was, I mean, that, like, it's essentially just going to be Deus Ex on like a macro level.
Yeah.
And for a lot of people that sounds shitty, but like it's not going to be fully first person. Like there's definitely third person segments where you see your character, and who knows? We've got enough time in which they may just figure it out. But the problem with why I think people writing it off as being just like first person, you're going to miss out on what sounds like hands down the best single player RPG ever created.
It's not. I wouldn't say it's even disappointing to hear. It's just like, I'd rather be third person. I want to always see the word samurai written on the back of my jacket.
I get that.
And like
and
even
I understand
games,
that.
even Deus Ex, I kind of just wanted to play it in third person.
And
I
get that. I do. But like it's weird to me that there are so many people out of the woodwork who suddenly have fucking motion sickness. Like at the moment that like Cyberpunk was confirmed
I'm
first
not coming
person.
up with fake excuses.
Yeah. There's a lady, unfortunately, I like her stuff. She's been going crazy on the like the Cyberpunk coverage. The Mad
First
Queen
person
show.
announced she's out.
Yeah, straight up. She said she can't play it because of a condition she has. I don't know what the condition is, but it makes it hard for her to play third-person games.
She's playing in VR. Maybe it'll be better.
So, Cyberpunk as what it is supposed to be, and like what they're saying. So, they've confirmed that essentially you're playing as a character, not like a one that you just create. Like you create your own character, absolutely, but it is still an established character in this universe. You play as V, who can either be male or female, and the way the character creation works is you can just from the ground up make them be whoever you want them to be, look wise, voice wise. Well, voice wise I think there's still two recorded for just them, but you can choose your life hero, your backstory, what you intend to do in the future, and it decides how that affects how your character's personality works, and then the dialogue system in the game is inherent upon like you just looking around. Like if there's someone right next to you and you're talking to someone mid cutscene, you can turn to someone else and engage them in another conversation, like in real fucking life. And if you're looking around and see something else, you can point it out and go, "What about this thing?"
Now, see the point I'm at is like, that's awesome that other people got to see that. I don't believe any of that.
Well, that's the thing.
I don't believe a single solid, because even when people are like, "Oh my God, The Witcher 3 is like the greatest like RPG experience of like all time." Anytime I watch anything of it, I'm like, "Yeah, this looks incredible. It looks really good." But this doesn't look like the crazy shit that's constantly like champion around. And like I hear all that stuff and I'm like, wow, either all of those many options have to be shallow or the game will never come out.
No, it's not, because The Witcher 3 is not shallow.
But what I'm saying is, no, but this sounds way bigger than even The Witcher 3.
Yeah.
Until I see it with my own two eyes, I can't believe
any of
that.
And I get that. Absolutely.
Yeah. I don't know how,
but but to have so many people resoundingly, like, not just like press, but like Yanyas, who has notoriously been a weird kind of back and forth YouTube creator who is super on board with like being kind of toxic in certain scenarios, come out and say, "Yeah, that was literally like the most mind-blowing fucking thing I've ever seen. I don't know how it's real." But then they said, "No, it's real because shit was breaking during the demo." So it was like, yeah, I understand your skepticism, but anyone else, I would have been like, "Yeah, no, it's fake." Even Naughty Dog, I'm telling you, like, I don't know about that. CD Projekt Red?
Yeah, They're working their employees past exhaustion to make this game.
That's allegations.
It's allegations.
It's
a joke.
allegations.
No, some other companies it's not. It's definitely true.
Look,
Definitely.
you
David
don't
Cage
you don't
is a
have
slave driver for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why he made them make a. Oh,
Oof.
that wasn't cool, Dave.
Oof. Anyways,
Hey, Dave, if you have any comments, hit us up. We'll have you on the next one.
But the more and more I hear about Cyberpunk, the more and more. I mean, just the demo alone. The amount of options you have, the world itself, how big the world is, how seamless everything is, and they did confirm, unfortunately, it was running on a high-end PC.
Yeah.
So that for sure it has to. It's the consoles are going to get downgraded. We know that. Like that is not like that's going to happen.
Yeah.
You are not going to get a game like Cyberpunk 2077 to run and look that good. But the fact that people turn around and said that trailer is just basically what the game looks like. There's a couple of things that just aren't like. They don't work as well. Like pop in some loading here and there in the background. But they said that in-engine trailer, like that's what it looks like.
Yeah. But like if it's this mind-blowing, why don't you just share it with people?
Because it's still live code. And then, like, I understand why they don't want to share it to people. Because here's the thing. Like,
I don't need to see the 50 minutes.
No.
I need to see you just go for a walk. That's it.
Death Stranding did that. Look at all the fucking shit that caught because of it. Death Stranding literally did what you just said. Look at all the shit it caught from that. See what I'm talking about? The thing is, if you have live code and you don't want it to be like scrutinized by the dumbest of fucking people, you want people who are knowledgeable and who know what the fuck they're talking about.
That's definitely fair.
You want to. I mean, it's another case in point. Versus 13 had a behind closed doors ceremony that they showed all the way back years, and they were told, "Don't show this to the public. This is bad. You guys don't like this game. Does not work. Go back and figure it out."
Jesus.
A behind closed doors demo is strictly so that they get feedback.
Yeah.
So when they turn around and literally everyone turns and goes, "This is the coolest fucking shit ever. Why aren't you showing this?" They go, "Oh, we didn't. We just wanted to make sure."
Well,
which
they
I
made
understand.
Sure now release it.
Gamescom though.
No, it's
Gamescom's around the corner. It's
enough.
like right around the corner.
Is this confirmed? Like this won't be on our consoles.
No, it's current gen, but like it's probably going to be. I'm telling you, I have 100% believe that this game and Final Fantasy VII Remake, when they release current gen, are going to have better versions on the next generation. It's just gonna be that game. It's just gonna be the way it is, and that's unfortunately the way of the world.
Yeah.
2013 has been the last time since we've seen it. We don't even know. This game for Cyberpunk 2020 might just release in 2020. So that's the other thing that makes me think that like, okay, it's real because it's still a ways off.
Yeah.
Because they have that vertical slice, and everyone's saying, "Look, the world looks amazing. The game looks amazing. It's still just a vertical slice." And you can make a vertical slice look good. Yeah. And I understand that. And I will remain skeptical. But just from what I hear about what that game is and what it's doing and how the combat looks and feels good and the traversal looks and feels good and it has all of that wrapped up into a world that has been my aesthetic for years and what I've wanted from Deus Ex for years, I am wholly on board this hype train, and you can quote me on that in the year 2022 when the game finally drops and it ends up being a disappointing mess. But for right now, what we've heard, listen, if Kingdom Hearts 3 can exist, so can this game. Absolutely.
I guess. I need to see something for Cyberpunk. I'm excited for Cyberpunk. I think it looks really cool. I also really like the Cyberpunk aesthetic. I will 100% be the naysayer until it's in my hands. Like, yeah,
That's honestly how I kind of feel like with Kingdom Hearts 3. I don't think we're going to play that game until late next year. I don't. I 100% believe that fucking release date is wrong. Because when you think about Square Enix release dates, they don't just hand them out all willy-nilly. They think they got one.
Yeah.
And then it'll take a couple more months. Something will come up because they're just really bad at figuring out their goddamn...
I think this might be the last one.
I don't know. I wish I could believe you. I wish I could believe that we're not going to see...
That's the thing. Is like...
So did Final Fantasy 15.
And then it came out a year later.
Exactly.
Yeah, so this is the year later.
No.
Because we saw it last year.
No, we didn't. We got 3 release dates for Final Fantasy 15 before we finally came out.
This
3.
is at least the second.
We got August, we got September, and then we got November. November's when it finally released. We're going to get January. We're going to get March. We're going to get the game finally in May.
Unless Nomura was straight up lying when he said, like, the game was going to be done.
You're going to look me in the eye and tell me Nomura's not a fucking liar?
Maybe he's not.
Don't smile.
He could be a truther.
Bitch, don't smile. You know the truth.
He could be a truther.
No. This game's not coming out.
It's coming out on the
Cyberpunk's not going to come out until I'm 35 years old. You're not going to play fucking Kingdom Hearts until at least May next year.
January 29th.
No. If it comes out January 29th, good.
Yeah.
Great. It's not going to be finished.
It might be done.
No.
But what if it is?
No.
Oh, it could be.
No.
He's putting in 100%. He flip-flops.
I don't believe him.
He's running 2 races. He's
I
really
don't.
fast.
That I'm telling you, the way you feel about Cyberpunk is how I feel about Kingdom Hearts 3. I don't believe
But
Nomura.
I've seen video games.
I don't even know if Final Fantasy 7 is real anymore.
I've seen the video game of Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah,
I don't think
people
that's
have
a fair
played it.
comparison.
People
yeah,
have played it.
It's
Yeah,
been in people's hands.
yeah, but people also saw it and thought it was real and thought we were getting it in 2018.
So they made a. Yeah, but
It was a smart business decision.
it's a really smart business decision.
But December was open.
No.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I think December 100% with Christmas will still be Red Dead territory.
But Red Dead is.
I
when
would
is Red Dead?
avoid holidays entirely.
But
for
when
this
is
year.
Red Dead?
It doesn't matter. I think a lot of parents would wait to get their kid Red Dead until Christmas.
You think that?
Yes.
You think that Red Dead would beat out parental Kingdom Hearts 3? Parental-wise.
100%. 100%. Who do you think bought GTA 5?
I'm sorry. If that's the case, dude, GTA 5 still fucking makes money. Red Dead's not gonna fucking change anything.
It's going to be the next one.
No, it's not gonna. No. That's a stupid reason. That's not gonna change anything. Kingdom Hearts 3 could have released in December. It could have. That's a stupid fucking reason because GTA still makes money. Still, it showed 95 fucking million copies this, not this year, but 5 million more copies this fucking year alone. It's going to make money no matter what. People are going to keep buying Red Dead no matter what because
You're right.
Rockstar is insane.
You're right. No more video games should come out.
No, it's bullshit.
No, I agree. I agree with the point you're putting forward.
Yeah.
100%. I think you're definitely right. No more video games after Red Dead. The market is saturated.
Oh, Smash Ultimate. I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe. But come on.
No, I do. I think the January move was smart.
We'll see.
I think that people will still be struggling to keep up with the end of year releases come December. And they're smarter just to wait.
That game's gonna get delayed again.
It's not.
It's gonna.
I will bet you no money because I am very poor.
I will bet you 1 money.
I will bet you 2 money. One
Fine.
fish, 2 fish.
Red fish, blue fish.
Blue fish.
The more I will
Delayed
bet you
fish.
1 money to your 2 money.
Okay.
If you win, you get my 1 money. If
Alright.
I win, I get your 2 money.
Deal. Deal.
Deal.
Deal. Handshake is happening.
We did it.
That game's actually in a stealth drop in September.
Then we both lose.
Yeah, but I get to play it sooner. And I was right.
No,
That it would have been done.
No.
Yeah,
I was right.
No?
Because I'm the one telling you it should have released in December.
No, we just shook on if it's going to get delayed.
No.
Yes? What else
What?
did we just shake on?
What? No, I thought we were shaking on you're going to play that game in January. I thought I was. Okay, let's read.
No, that doesn't make any sense
Take
at
the
all.
shake away. Take the shake away.
Take the shake.
All right.
Woo.
All right.
We're
so
shaking on whether or not it gets delayed again. Because you think it's going to get delayed again. Otherwise, it would have shipped in December.
yeah, but if you can't, but I'm telling you, if it ships in December, I still win because I told you.
Yeah, okay. If it ships in December or if it gets delayed, you win.
Yeah.
It's not going to ship in December. Why would they move the date up?
Why would they move it? What are you talking about? You're the one who said it. You're trying to win off of that. I'm telling you, I said that was the thing.
Oh, no, I was kidding.
No.
Obviously, it's not going to stealth drop in September.
Well, no shit.
That's what the
but-
Saturn did.
The Saturn was the stealth drop forever.
Yeah.
This is a shadow
It just
drop.
kept falling. Nobody caught it. It just fell and fell and fell. No, I don't think that game's getting delayed. I think January 28th it'll come out.
I 100%.
And I think it will have issues.
I 100% think it's going to get delayed.
Okay, this is what we're shaking on.
Okay.
Now we're 1 money to 2 money.
1 money to 2 money.
Yeah. Blood money. Call of Juarez will come out. Stealth drop Call of Juarez game.
January 29th. So E3 all
If they
together.
had the Lone Ranger world in Kingdom Hearts, then they could have competed with Red Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you still
Perfect.
could have had Johnny Depp.
Perfect. What?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
fuck.
I'm talking about the shitty reboot where he plays an Indian. Native American.
Hollywood doesn't whitewash. No, not at all.
Oh no, Woody's in it. No, they can compete. They can compete. I'm sure of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is Phil. Max is over there. This has been Not Another Podcast, episode 11, the E3 Nap Up. If you are watching on the YouTube's, please stay tuned at some point in time, as not only will content drop, but so will other stuff we're planning, I guess, playthrough-wise. We didn't want to be a Let's Play channel.
Honestly,
it's starting
at
to
this
become
point,
closer and closer
I think
to
we should just be a Let's Play channel. I think that's the easiest way to do content. You just come over here for a couple of hours. We're set for a week.
Yeah.
I have an idea. It's a branching thing off of something I said before that I would make and didn't deliver on. But now I think it's a full-fledged idea that I will actually try to do. Cool. I'm not going to say anything else because then it will definitely be canceled instead of probably canceled like it is right now.
Yeah, Hipsters on Purpose content will not be delayed at 2077, but it will definitely be delayed
until the next
past
console generation.
the 29th.
January. We will not produce any more content until Phil gives me my money on the 29th to buy Kingdom Hearts.
He's only they're gonna ask him for tax, and he's gonna be like, "Well,
I only brought the
Phil?
one money.
I guess I need."
Did you need more monies? I only had the one. Oh, that's the currency in Kingdom Hearts, isn't it? It's money.
I thought that we were doing. I thought that's what we were doing.
Oh, we're funny. We should start doing like videos.
Give them what they want.
Okay.
You let them have it for so
right.
long. Give them what they want.
Okay.
Put it back on.
All right, fine.
Here we go.
Oh, I've lost it.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Where'd it go?
I found it.
Where is it now? Ah.